संसद के बजट सत्र में खनन क्षेत्र को खोलने और विदेशी निवेश को आकर्षित करने के उद्देश्य से खनिज कानून संशोधन विधेयक 2020 राज्यसभा में पारित कर दिया गया। विधेयक से कोयले के अंतिम उपयोग पर लगे प्रतिबंध को हटा लिया गया है। साथ ही कोयला और लिग्नाइट की बोली में हिस्सा लेने वाली कंपनियों के पास पूर्व अनुभव होने की बाध्यता समाप्त कर दी गई। आइए देखते हैं देश के खनन क्षेत्र के विकास के लिए लाए गए इस विधेयक पर सदन में हुई चर्चा का अहम सारांश।
Please be, you also please present.
Yes, sir, I will be very brief, sir. Sir, around 12 members have participated. I don't want to take names because of the paucity of the time. I thank all the members for having participated. My question to the all honorable learned members is, this restriction of end use, it was only there for Schedule 2 and Schedule 3 mines as far as coal block is concerned. Remaining all, from the beginning, there was, as far as MMDR Act, where we were auctioning or allocating the greenfield coal blocks, there was no end-use restriction. Let me clarify on that. And the question is about the privatization and FDI. Whatever your concerns are there, I will try to address it. But my question is, whether should we, with FDI privatization, we should produce our own coal and supply it to our industry, or we have to import by spending 2,71,000 crores? This is the question before the country today. हमारे सामने प्रश्न है कि हमको इंपोर्ट करना है, जो हमारे इतना जबरदस्त हमारे पास कोल स्टॉक है, कोल रिजर्व है, वो कोल रिजर्व हमको यूज करना है. दिस इज द क्वेश्चन बिफोर अस टुडे सर, दैट हाउस हैज टू डिसाइड. माय हम्बल सबमिशन इज दैट वी हैव टू प्रोड्यूस द कोल व्हिच इज we have the reserve, and we should see that the import is reduced. By that we can produce more electricity, and by that, to the extent, we can reduce the import of oil also, that is petroleum products also. This is the argument, and this is with this conviction we have brought this amendment. And as clarified earlier, and as far as eligibility criteria is diluted, proper procedure to evaluate the bidder has not been mentioned. That is what you mentioned, Srimati Ami Yadnik. The eligibility criteria will be decided in tender stage so as to allow the maximum competition and entry of all new technology and finance in the coal sector. This is needed today. That's it, I am going to assure you. By removal of end-use restriction, the national resource is exposed to the foreign entities. This is another your concern. The end-use restriction, as already I have told, only in Schedule 2 and Schedule 3 mines it is there, and under CMPS Act, and it is not there in MMDR Act, which is previously from beginning it is there. Thus, the fear is not well-founded, and bringing the foreign investor in the country will boost the economy. Also, new technology will come. As far as FDI in coal sector is opened up, still there is no mention of health, welfare, and ecosystem, air pollution, etc. I have mentioned. There are enough laws, whether it is FDI or the domestic player. All the laws which are existing today, which are forcing today, they will be applicable to everybody. Those things are not at all diluted. Only automatic route is now it is allowed, and it is assured that all the regulatory measures which are applicable to look after health sector, welfare, environmental concern, all the mines, including the coal mines, those regulations are not being changed by this amendment. Further rehabilitation, resettlement of all the project affected person, it will be properly done, and all the state government, I appeal to them, इसमें किसी का कोई एक्सप्लॉयटेशन नहीं होना चाहिए। जो उधर गरीब लोग रहते हैं उनका पूरा ख्याल स्टेट गवर्नमेंट को करना चाहिए। उसके लिए जो माइनिंग के लिए आता है, माइनिंग एक्टिविटी के लिए आता है, उनका जो कुछ भी रिस्ट्रिक्शन है वो रिस्ट्रिक्शन ठीक तरह से इम्प्लीमेंट करना चाहिए। लेकिन मैं सिर्फ इतना ही कहना चाहता हूँ, बाय डूइंग दैट it should not be delayed. The process should be fast tracked so that our natural resources can be used, and by that the economy will grow. And CIL के बारे में बहुत क्वेश्चन पूछा गया। मैं ये बताना चाहता हूँ, मैं पूरा सदन को ये आश्वस्त करना चाहता हूँ, CIL will be strengthened and I have given the target to the CIL and new CMD has also come, 1 billion ton production by 23-24. For that, recently with all the CMDs of subsidiaries, all the directors, all other senior officials, we sat for 2 days away from Delhi in Kevadia, and we are trying to draw a plan. Some experts also we had brought in to detail for the detailed presentation, so that to enlighten our officers also about the new technologies and other things. And I would like to assure that there will not be any problem as far as CIS is concerned. And the proposed bill doesn't change existing regime, that issues relating to the environment, FDI, etc. ECFC, as usual, they have to take. And this will bring the foreign investment that I have already told. And one issue of about what do you mean by any other purpose? Any other purpose, in future there will be coal gasification, coal liquefaction. There are so many things which may come. For that purpose also, that can be auctioned. This is only the purpose and nothing more than that. And now we have removed the word that. What is that? That the that we have replaced to. So anybody who has who doesn't have the experience also, they can take the MDO. There are technology available, consultant available. If he is having the investment capacity, he can come invest and start the mining activity with in India, so that anybody means there will be restriction. There are 20 clearances which I have mentioned in the initial remarks itself. Before starting the actual activity, there will be around 20 clearances which he has to, anybody who wishes to come, who wishes to participate in tender, who wins the bid, he has to take all those clearances. So there is no question of any violation. I assure that, since I would only like to add the 4 sectors which are important in the country. One is agriculture, another service sector, third intellectual, that is software, whatever we are going to export. Fourth is the mining sector, which really adds to our economy, so that we should exploit without harming our environment. So what today we are doing as far as the Coal India is concerned and the coal sector is concerned, there are so many. We are imposing the restriction to reclamation, plantation, usage of the water. After mining, whatever the water will be accumulated, that water, wherever it is potable, we are using it for the drinking purpose. Where it is not used for the drinking purpose, we are using it for irrigation. We are treating that water. And I was already mentioned by Ashwini Vaishnav, he has mentioned in detail DMF and for the exploration activity, and so many activities we are doing it. And in allocation mineral resource, earlier method of discretion we have totally stopped. I do not want to add anything more, sir, but I assure the House that Coal India will be also taken care, environment will be also taken care, and mining, the 334 mines which are going to stop, which are going to end the lease, they will be also, it is our duty to see that it is continued. And Prasanna Acharya is not here. The Odisha government We believe in cooperative federalism. This, as far as MMDR Act, as far as other mines is concerned, the major request and the recommendation was from Odisha government and many state governments where there is minerals, they have endorsed this. Keeping this in mind, I appeal that there will not be any problem as far as CI. Thank you, sir.
Thank you very much.
खनिज कानून संशोधन विधेयक 2020 पर चर्चा के दौरान कोयला और खान मंत्री प्रहलाद जोशी ने सदन को यह भरोसा दिलाया कि इस ऐतिहासिक कदम से अंतर्राष्ट्रीय स्तर की कंपनियों को आकर्षित करने और एक दक्ष ऊर्जा बाजार बनाने में मदद मिलेगी। खान मंत्री ने यह भी बताया कि विधेयक से हर साल कोयले के आयात के लिए सरकार को भारी राजकोषीय घाटा नहीं उठाना पड़ेगा। अगले अंक में हम फिर हाजिर होंगे लोकहित से जुड़ी किसी अन्य अहम चर्चा के साथ। तब तक के लिए हमें दीजिए इजाजत। देखते रहिए संसद संवाद। नमस्कार।